Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Barely Necessities at laughingplace.com. It's the show where Rebekah and I browse Disney merchandise. I'm also a Rebekah, so, you got two Rebekahs for the price of one.
There you go.
How's it going over there?
I'm good. If anybody was watching last night's movie club, I was in a completely different room. We were having issues with our TV, so we called in for a work order, and they're like, yeah, we're going to have to move you. So we're in a completely different side of the hotel and completely different room. But
oh, wow.
Otherwise, things are good. We're nice and cool in here. It's hot outside, but how are you doing?
My air conditioner is struggling to keep up with the heat because the big trees in the front of our house, we finally had them, heavily pruned this year. And so all that afternoon sun is coming straight through the window that's behind this curtain. And you can feel the warmth emanating from the outside. But no, but I'm loving the sun. I'm loving the heat. It's not a complaint. I just feel for the people in my family who don't enjoy the warmth as much as I do.
Yeah.
But we've got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're starting off with some merchandise surrounding the upcoming Disney feature, Cruella, I guess it's going to be called, right?
Yes.
So this is about high fashion and villainy, and looks like the Disney company is going to be offering us a lot of merchandise of a similar nature, kind of that high fashion, edgy style, right?
Yeah, so this is from Rag and Bone. They're based in New York and definitely, like you were saying, high fashion. So this collection is more like that punk aesthetic, kind of that like the film, and I feel like this is more based on the character looks and not so much outfits that you're going to see her wear in the film. So I think in some ways that can be a good thing. There's also no Cruella logos on any of the clothing. I think on the tag, but that, like, looking at that outfit right there, I wouldn't necessarily think Cruella de Vil. But
right. Yeah, I agree. I feel like you're kind of going with that fashion house aesthetic of Cruella rather than necessarily something that's going to scream Cruella movie.
Right. So this is definitely for the adults. You don't need to broadcast exactly what you're wearing.
Now, I have to admit, this one right here, and it disappeared on me because I clicked on the link. There it is. This one right here is not really my style. I'll be interested to see if I spot these out in the wild.
I know.
Let's say, but because this is the one that does have the okay, Marshall, you tell me, Marshall, this one right here, is this on the wish list? Because I want to know. But he wants a Kickstarter for the bomber jacket. Okay, let me look.
Yeah, the bomber jacket is pretty bomb. There we go. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not going to attempt slang. These items are going to set you back $125 to $1,300. So
yeah, I like this denim jacket right here. Oh, okay. Yeah. This is nice too.
Yeah, but again, you wouldn't know that's Cruella. Like, you could. So if you like this and don't necessarily want to be like, I'm wearing Disney inspired clothing, this is a great collection for that.
Oh, and even your new emos are going to be able to kind of cash in on the Cruella trend. I like the leather looking jacket, the black and white bow. So yeah, some fun on the runway for our new emo pals.
Yeah, and I love that they're like at the premiere.
Yeah, right. See, that's Marshall nails it. If I'm spending the cash on big ticket items, it's a little weird to be spending it on the tee. Yeah. I gotcha. $125 on the tee. That's a bit of a hit to the pocketbook.
Whereas I guess with the bomber jacket, that could be a one of these like lifetime purchases where you spend the money, but you'll get a lot of use out of it over the years.
Yeah.
Unless it goes out of style.
I was going to say, and then they gave a hint that we're going to see more of this type of merchandise over at shopDisney coming up, right? Some maybe more geared towards the younger set as well.
Yes. And that will definitely have that Disney branding on it, as we've come to expect.
Yeah, and having purchased a couple of what I would say are kind of like, and I think of them as like investment pieces, because I am the worst. I am the person who buys the T-shirt from the place where you usually buy from the place that Disney buys the T-shirt to then put their logo on it. I just buy the plain T-shirt. That's just look, plain T-shirt. Well, okay, I'll be honest. Look, it's a Tower of Terror.
Oh, yeah. What year was that?
This one, I want to say this was like 2004.
Oh, okay.
But this was the inaugural. But today is Twilight Zone Day. 5/11 is Twilight Zone Day. My suspicion is that it goes back to Rod Serling's being in the 511th parachute troop, I think is the language that they use, because a lot of the stories and inspiration of kind of that series came from those experiences, and I think that's where it came from, because it doesn't come from the show's premiere date, and it doesn't come from his birth date. And our Tony Betty was the one who found a random comment in a thread, and he was like, maybe it's this, and so I went, and that's about the closest I could come. So there you go. So I had to wear a Twilight Zone. But at Laughing Place, we've been covering. Oh, thanks, Doobie. See, I was off by a few years. 2007.
Okay, see, I did the race in 2012, and then I was getting married the week of the race in 2013. But that was the 10 miler. So maybe they stopped it and then brought it back.
Because in 2007, what they did was they did a 13K.
Okay.
But then they also did a 6.5.
Okay.
To do like half of because they usually do a 10 and a 5. So they went 13 and 6.5, and I did the 6.5. That's what I did, and I'm so sad that they don't have run events in Disney Studios anymore, because honestly, that's like the only one I could do, because I'm mobility challenged, and the other runs have too much elevation change.
Yeah.
And because of the way the studios is laid out, because even the Epcot one, that off ramp that they, that ramp that nearly kills me. I did it once. I did the Epcot one once. And I was like, nope, I'm out. I used to do the one that they had over at ESPN, because I was pretty much on a track.
Yeah.
And then I did the one that they did at studios, and no running, just walked at the pace that you keep up with.
Hey, I fully support that. I usually do a mix, but there's always some walking in there for me.
Yeah,
absolutely.
No, it's the 16 minute mile clip. That's a really nice brisk walk, and I can keep that just steady throughout. But back to merchandise, yes. We've got Disney's doing this thing they're calling like halfway to Halloween, and they're this year they're celebrating it with a little bit of merchandise too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had a sneak peek last week at some of the items coming soon to Disney parks and Shop Disney in celebration of Halloween, or halfway to Halloween. So we're not quite sure what the halfway is, but we're speculating 5 months from Halloween and 5 months till Halloween.
That was quite the staff debate. Exactly how is this week halfway to Halloween? Yeah, the thing to obsess over.
I really like their Haunted Mansion items. There's some stuff that I think is a little silly, but the Haunted Mansion stuff looks really, really cool.
Now, is this stuff that they've put on sale now at Shop Disney, or is this like a peek of something that's coming? And did they say when it's coming?
These are coming, some in July, I believe, and some in August. So these are not available. Some items will be on Shop Disney, and others I think are going to be park specific, or at least they're saying like, hey, it's just going to be at the resorts. So some stuff in July and then August.
What do you make of these Madame Leota ears? So you've got the Haunted Mansion wallpaper with the ears. You've got this purple bow with Madame Leota's head there. Then you've got these, it looks like little metal studs around the outer edge of the ears, and safety pins through the bow itself.
Yeah, I don't understand the safety pins, but I like this. What do you think?
No, I'm confused by the safety pins too. So there you go. I was like, okay, they add edge, I guess, along with the with the studs, you know, to add an edge. But,
What if we come to find out that this is actually like it was a mistake? It was a mock-up that they did, and they just hadn't finished the bow, and they sent the wrong photo.
No,
And
no,
everybody's like, "No, we want it."
well, when I first looked at it, I was like, is there like a seamstress storyline that I don't know about? But then when I saw the metal studs on the around the ears, those metal yeah, I was like, oh, okay, it's kind of like that punk aesthetic. I can buy into that a bit. That's fun.
The
And I
headband
love
is
these
her
shorts.
universe, so maybe that has something to do with it too.
I love these shorts. It's a tiny picture. Sorry, I can't make it larger. But it's the same like that wallpaper pattern on the shorts, and then you've got the hitchhiking ghost right there at the corner.
Yeah, I think it's great because like those shorts, what's nice is it's not too much of like you see the details if you want to, but you could also like you could wear this with a lot of different things. It's not something that needs to be so like Disney specific, if you will, or you know, it's casual. You can wear it with a lot of different things.
Wow, Tony, we're honored. You turned off Monsters on Maple Street for us. Thank you. I appreciate it. You're too kind.
Would you have left Talkie Tina on?
Oh yeah. Oh, there's a few I would have. Yeah. No. Yeah. Whew. Okay.
Yeah,
Talking Tina, man, gives me the willies. Okay. What do you think of this streetwear? They've got this coming too. It's like a graffiti look, right?
I don't personally like it.
You don't do the graffiti look?
I can see where it has appeal for some people.
I like the bucket hat. This one cracks me up with the Mickey skeleton, and then you've got the bones on the arms and on the legs. I'm envisioning how much fun this would look with blacklight, especially back in the day when they had like the Mickey Not So Scary Party. A lot of the park they would kind of light them up with some blacklight. You could really have some fun walking around the park with this on. Obviously, a lot of parties will have that too, and I'm guessing that as things keep rolling, come Halloween time, I suspect there'll be more and more gatherings for people as more and more are vaccinated and CDC makes changes and all that kind of thing. So we'll see where we're actually at. But, you know, that's what I'm hoping for. So I'm going to keep thinking optimistically. Right. Jack Skellington pins. Mm-hmm. Just lots and lots and lots of Halloween type product and characters.
Several of these shirts that we're coming up upon now, those are available, and we have links in the article and then link to the article in the video, but links to the article to the different items in our article. So if
that's cute.
I don't spook.
I don't spook. I sparkle. Okay, I can buy that one. I'm in.
Yeah, and I like her little almost pouty face.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, these are cute, Bekah.
Yeah. So there we go, halfway to Halloween. If you're not yet excited for Halloween, get excited.
Exactly. And also this past week, Disney started sharing more about what we can expect with this Ultimate Princess celebration. There's a lot of jewelry that's made its way over to shopDisney. This bracelet with the charms. You've got an apple for Snow White, of course. The pumpkin for Cinderella, rose for Belle, the shell for this rose right here. Which
actually,
one are you doing that? Is that a lotus blossom? And I'm just picking
it looks
up
like a rose to me. That's a great question. I think the one in the jar or the case is definitely the one for Belle. It
is a rose for Briar Rose. So it's Aurora, and then Ariel, and then the Belle Rose. So there you go. So that's the princesses represented with the and then you've got the charms with their faces.
I think I like the icons over the faces, but that's just me.
I do too, but I am happy that this Cinderella looks like my Cinderella, the classic animated Cinderella. They've been doing kind of a new adaptation of her face, and it's not the same. It's not the same, and so this one to me is more similar to that Eileen Wood's 1950s Cinderella. Yes. See, like this one here isn't, and it talks about Cinderella as a dreamer, and then you've got the clock, right? Because midnight is calling. Or wild hair, don't care, says Rapunzel with a little Pascal hanging out beside her. And these are all over at Shop Disney.
Mhm. And like
Courage.
that first picture, the very, very first picture when we started talking about the story, there's that lovely box. So each of these comes with those lovely boxes with the princess logo on there and the carrying case as well.
And also they have Ariel as well. So right now the focus used to be on these 5 princess tales as far as the jewelry goes. And we will see what more is in store. I know that Rock Love Jewelry mentioned that they will be having some involvement within this as well, that they're currently designing some jewelry as part of the Princess Celebration. So be sure to check out Rock Love. But they also, by the way, today dropped some Doctor Strange inspired jewelry as well. So I know we'll be talking about that in the future. Continuing with our princess talk, Funko has shared some product.
Yeah, these are over at Entertainment Earth, and these are pre-orders for I guess I'm calling it the second wave. We had 4 pop princesses just a couple weeks ago when they announced the Ultimate Princess Celebration, and then today they introduced 5 more. So if you hadn't seen your favorite princess yet, she might be here. We've got Cinderella, Pocahontas, Moana, Snow White, and Rapunzel.
Very nice. I like that Cinderella is here with her mice friends, because as Bekah knows, one of the things that for me is important about the story of Cinderella is how much her kindness to her little animal pals pays off in her ultimate success, on her journey. And so I like that element is featured in this moment. And then same with Pocahontas, that she's there with Nico and Flit. It's very, very sweet.
Yeah, and you got the colors of the wind too.
Oh, I hadn't even, it didn't even dawn on me, but yeah, of course, that's really pretty. That's actually very nice. Later this year, we're going to have a new film. It's Luca, and this is the Pixar film, and it's going to be coming to Disney Plus. And Mattel has some toys that are going to accompany its release.
Yep. I'm going to say just a very mild spoiler warning if you're trying to avoid anything about the Pixar films. I mean, we've seen several of the things in the trailers, but if you haven't watched it, there's just a few little things, but nothing that's going to ruin the story. But yeah, you've got like the characters here. Some of the sets have these removable parts so that you can have both of the boys transitioning from the sea monsters into the humans when they're on land, and you can like swap the heads and the hands and all that fun stuff.
Oh wow, cute.
Yeah, so that's Luca and I believe Alberto are the 2 friends.
Yep.
And then there's a friend of theirs, Julia, I think is how we're gonna say it. And yeah, looks like they're gonna discover. Looks like Luca's gonna discover a little bit of astronomy.
Oh, that'll be fun. I like how this set, it shows all the little homemade items that they would have kind of pieced together to make this scooter.
Yep, and you can swap the pieces for that as well.
Lot of nice imaginative play toys coming from Mattel, and these are. Is there more on here, Bekah? I should scroll down.
You are good.
Okay,
I think that was probably it right there.
I didn't get little behind the curtain. I didn't do that before we came on here.
It's okay.
more over at Entertainment Earth are these amazing. I'm amazed by these. They're called
Super 7.
What is it?
Super 7.
Super 7. These Super 7 figures, and so far they've unveiled Alice and Mad Hatter and Hyacinth Bo, as well as Robin Hood. And I will let you talk about these amazing pieces.
Well, I guess the thing now is to sell figures with like swappable arms and hands and heads. So Alice comes with 3 different heads and 2 different sets of hands, and she also comes with her cat, and then a miniature Alice. So all of these figures are individual. There's no 2 packs or anything, and they're like $59.99 a piece. So it's a little pricey, at least for me, but it's going to look beautiful in any collection that you have. And some of the outfits have that like soft, not all of them, but some of the outfits have that soft cloth is what they're called, they're calling it. I mean, they're beautiful.
The like the hippo, she comes with a pink or a yellow tutu, mouth in various engaged positions. So you can have a lot of fun posing her. Oh, hey, I've already moved on to the next one. And then same with the Mad Hatter. These are all from over at Entertainment Earth, but you've got these pieces that you can manipulate his face so that if you're posing him one day, he would have a happy face, and then other days he can have kind of that maniacal look on his face, and hand positioning and these types of things. I don't know. I have always enjoyed posing my toys and photographing them, toy photography. I'm now loving my new Wemo. I have a dozen or more pictures of my new Wemo from our trip to Disneyland, and I haven't yet put very many of them up. I really need to do that, but it's so much fun. And like with the new Wemo, they have that magnet in their hand, and so you can like put a spoon in their hand, and they'll actually hold on to it, or the characters will actually hold on to each other. And it's just been neat the way that the toy industry has embraced kind of the reality of Instagram and all of these, so that we can have a little bit more fun photographing and posing our characters beyond the static pose. And it was funny because I got to thinking about it. I have one of the 3.25 inch not Hasbro, but Star Wars figures, like that are so people have boxes and boxes. I have one, and I got it through Box Tops forever ago, and it's actually Han Solo, and you can take off his helmet. And I thought it was funny that the one I have is one that is like positional. You know what I mean? There's something going to be different about it. Some days I have him with his helmet on as a stormtrooper, and other days I'll have him posed with holding it in his hand, or maybe just sitting beside him. So it's just kind of funny to me that's I myself ended up in investing in a this kind of changeable toy.
Right.
Continuing with them, they have this line related to Marvel. There's it's a 2-pack, right, with Iron Man and Thanos, and then also and then separately they have Odin.
Yes. Yep, you got it. These are new pre-orders. That's part of the Infinity Saga, as it says right there. So any of the first 3 phases of the Marvel Cinematic Universe are what these characters are representing. And again, we've got the, replaceable different accessories. So you can really, if you're into the photography like we've talked about, or just having fun with different displays, you can choose the mood for your hero or villain for that day. I guess I put a lot of pictures in there.
Fun. But you have to get this one blew me away, because it's like you can almost make like a little film, because see, here's his nice, clean, fresh, and then here he is after some battle.
Yep.
Some battle wounds,
And so this is clearly Endgame.
Almost like a little movie.
There we go. And he's gonna snap. That's right, a snap.
So wild. Oh yeah, no, it's too much fun. How about this one?
And they're the Hasbro the Hasbro figures, so they're gonna have that, the Marvel legend, so they have that nice level of detail, and
amazingly, I mean, just some really, really beautiful items. And our team was in the parks today and yesterday, and Mike C spotted Leia's lightsaber over at Doc Ondar's. So for those of you who may be heading to the Disneyland Resort, you may want to keep that in mind for your shopping if that was something you were looking at. They also have Rey's lightsaber there. And at Walt Disney World, Jeremiah spotted these new plush, and they have a 2.5-pound weight that you can remove from inside. So these are, from what I've read, the weighted plush for some have found it to be helpful with like anxiety. So I can kind of call it like a support plush.
Sure.
In that way. But so continuing that trend of weighted items. Some people have the weighted blankets, the weighted plush, and I got to thinking, what else you could do is you could put a little fragrant sachet in there too, right?
Mhm.
It's like a little zip pouch on the back.
Yeah.
So I was have that use as well. Let's see. Our Mike C got a special gift from Hasbro last week that he shared over on our YouTube channel. They sent over a box of goodies in celebration of the 50th anniversary of Lucasfilm, along with a few items related to the new Disney Plus series, The Bad Batch. And we talked about a lot of those items during Mondays, Omega Mondays, our new show here on Laughing Place, happening Mondays, where we will discuss the latest episode of The Bad Batch, as well as Star Wars headlines, including new merchandise items. And you can find that here, like I say, on Mondays. It's Omega Mondays, and it's our editorial our Star Wars editorial guy, Mike C, and myself, talking all things Star Wars. So I guess with that, Bekah, we can talk about the Sensational Seven.
All right.
Here, let me pull that up. I thought I had it ready. And this window right here we go. Oh, I forgot to play my little ditty this week. Oh well. So for the Sensational Seven, this is where I try and come up with a topic and then organize it generally around the seven dwarfs, just to, make it a little bit more different and interesting. This week, I ended up looking at Bambi merchandise. You may ask, how did you end up looking at Bambi merchandise? Well, that's because over at Walt Disney World, they have a special exhibit, I guess, or a theme going on at Disney Springs celebrating Asian Pacific heritage. And so American Asian Pacific heritage. And among the artists that they feature is Tyrus Wong. And Tyrus Wong is a legendary animator connected, for me, most prominently with Bambi. And because of that, I ended up, hey, I'm going to look for Bambi items and I'm going to celebrate our Sensational Seven that way. We're going to start off with Sleepy. And it was this adorable Thumper cuddle pillow. It's $30. And how snuggly and cute is he? I mean, come on. Totally, totally adorable. And in thinking of happy, I saw this shirt and it says, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Now, I know that is totally something Thumper says, but it also feels like a way to live a pretty happy life and to make others around you happy. If you're grumpy or you know somebody who's grumpy, maybe they could use this positive vibe shirt. Okay, Bekah, what do you think? This cracked me up when I found this shirt.
It's very unexpected.
Right?
It's so, yeah, like it's like a mash of like the 80s and 90s and yeah.
Right? Like all eras.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever generation Disney kid you are, you're here somewhere.
Right. Right.
And then for Dopey, I just got something that's very simple. I was thinking he just is kind of, he's happy, he's easy, he's a little simple, and it says love is a song that never ends, and it's Bambi and his mother, and you put that on your desk. Sneezy is always looking for something to carry his extra tissues. That's my thematic when it comes to Sneezy. So I went with this watercolor cosmetic bag. It is a adorable little Bambi and Thumper. This is actually 3 bags, and they can kind of fit inside each other. But yeah, totally adorable. That's over at Box Lunch. And for Bashful, okay, this is my favorite item of the list of 7. I do have a favorite.
Oh,
this is over at Box Lunch. It is a new lounge fly. It is flower peeking out from the flowers, and then on the back of the purse is his little tail, and inside the purse is a pattern that features like acorns and ferns and various types of fauna, and then along with silhouettes of, well, actually images of Bambi and Thumper and Flower. So just really sweet, totally adorable. And finally, for Doc, the leader of the group, I found what I think of as Owl's main, like, his theme, what he's known for, and that's this shirt where they're all Twitter-pated, as the wise old owl talks about love, right? When you're Twitter-pated, you're sunk. And this is over at Hot Topic, and yeah, just cute. And that's my Sensational Seven for this week, celebrating Bambi.
I love it.
So are you ready for my question of the day, Bekah?
Sure.
Okay, so earlier we were talking about how there's this new Ultimate Princess collection.
Mm-hmm.
And Bambi is the prince of the forest. Bambi selects Faline, and at the end we see Bambi and Faline together. Would you say that Bambi is Disney's most overlooked princess?
Oh, no, that's a great question. I'd never even considered that. I guess if you're going to consider Bambi and Faline as a princess, yeah, I guess
Or
so.
or by the time is the timing such that by the time they're together, is he now moved up in royal status? I think he's still Prince Bambi when he's with young Faline, and so therefore, but I always feel like Faline is overlooked royalty.
Well, then also Simba and Nala, right? Like
there you go.
That's not a character that we talk about much with the princesses, but I think, he's king of the jungle, or yeah.
No, totally right. Yeah, I hadn't thought about Nala. That's totally true. So there you go. That's my new banner. Faline and Nala, Disney's overlooked princesses.
Maybe they'll start a new animal princess line or something. So
I think we should just start randomly, like when you have this T-shirt with all the princesses, just start randomly putting like a sticker like from Nala, Faline on them.
Don't forget Faline. Don't forget Nala. That's a really good head scratcher. Good question of the day.
Oh, thank you. It's one of those random things. You end up, when you have Disney friends, you end up having odd debates. And speaking of odd debates, Bekah, this one I don't think is any debate for you, actually. Whether or not this is on your shopping list.
Yeah, unfortunately, this gorgeous watch is not on my shopping list because it's ridiculously expensive. $150,000. They only made 10. And you can select your edition, which is kind of nice, but I mean, I don't know. I thought about, okay, well, maybe we could get the whole Laughing Place team to go in and purchase one of these, and then I thought, how much would each person have to pay, and then how long do you get to keep the watch? I went and looked.
Kyber crystal, though.
Well, yes, that's true.
It's a watch and Kyber crystal, so
yes.
Don't undersell it.
And it's an authentic prop from Rogue One. So it's a prop that was actually used in the film. So yes, if you're a collector, I mean, there's a lot of functionality and value in this, but I looked and I'm like, I could buy a house. I mean, in some markets, I could buy a Tesla. I could buy some Porsches and still have money left over, or if my math worked out correctly, the average cost of a family of 4 to go to vacation in Walt Disney World 28 times, or you can have this watch. So I don't know.
It, though.
Would it make it on your shopping list?
Under $30.
I know.
so
yeah. Makes that $125 Cruella shirt not seem so bad.
It's too funny, though. I love it, but I love that it's out there. I hope that all 10 of them get bought.
I know. They've sold 3, but when we wrote that, they had 3 sold at the same time that when we wrote that, and they haven't sold more since. So this is in case you have the budget for this and definitely want to get a Star watch. It's from Kross Studio. So
I was
or
trying,
you can look at our article.
no, but I was trying to think, when you run across something like this, you go, okay, if that was my watch budget, what would I, what similarly odd, unique, one of a kind, what area? And I'm still thinking, like, what would intrigue me? What would I've looked at in this range and been like, oh man, I wish. See, this one doesn't. There's sometimes with these items you come across it and you're like, wow, I wish that I had that kind of disposable income.
Right.
But this one isn't one of them.
No.
For me. But I'm curious. I was trying to think of what would be, because I think I'm just not a watch person. Doobie collects watches.
Okay.
So he actually, when we married, he had, I built for him like a way, because he likes to actually wear them and view them. So I built for him like plaques that would hang on the wall with little hooks, and so he could take and put on whichever watch he wanted to wear that day, and then he could still display them, because they were all the beautiful Disney ones that they were doing through the Disney store back then. So celebrating different animators and that kind of thing. Good to know my husband has one on order.
Oh, okay.
So I'll get to see it in person.
I can't wait till we can have him on to talk about
right?
it.
Right. Yeah, sure he does. But yeah, so that's what. So I had, and then I had a clock above it so he could take out the stop when he would hang it up, so it wouldn't run down the battery too soon. So, and I have a watchmate. I bought a whole jeweler kit so I could like change out the watches myself, because he had so many of them. It was so expensive, so I learned how to do it. So, yeah. So
that's so thoughtful.
But
that sounds like such a great idea.
But it's not. But it was not my. But like I say, this is my watch, and I think in the time we were married, he would continue my watches. I still had like the same 2 watches that I always, because it just wasn't me. But that's the thing with the show, like with talking about the merchandise, is that you find out, the different tastes of people, what people enjoy. Friends of mine have all, like, they buy the Loungefly purse, and then they use it for a little while, and then they sell that one on eBay and buy a new one.
Okay.
Because they wear so well, and they have such solid resale value in many cases, that they're able to kind of, in essence, lease. I mean, it feels to me like in essence they lease purses. Yeah. Right? But they love to have the variety, and they very much enjoy that. You learn all kinds of different buying habits and procedures. So let's think, Bekah. We've run through all of this week's headlines, but I know that you have more that you and the team have been talking about over on Laughing Place. So let me go ahead and bring up that list.
Mm-hmm. There will be more Disney collectible keys. These will be themed to Marvel, and they're coming on the 22nd. So we're a little bit ahead. We'll probably feature them on the show, but go check those out. There's some Tron figures that are SDCC, which is San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and those are available on Entertainment Earth. Revamped Club Cool. Oh, go ahead.
Is that the set that comes in the box? Because I've saw 2 different sets this week. That's the one that comes in a box and looks like a video game when you first look at it.
I think that's, yeah, and there's 3 brightly colored. There's like a blue, I think a pink, and like a purple figure. So it's a 3-pack. So you definitely get your good bang for your buck.
That's so cool. There are 2 different sets out there. So be sure and check around, because they're really cool looking.
And then Club Cool is getting ready to reopen. So Disney has shared some sneak peeks at the designs that went into recreating that. So if you want to check that out. And then there's new Venom and Carnage Funko Pops. Those are for the new movie, which I just Venom, Let There Be Carnage. There we go. So it's a Sony and Marvel So, but still Marvel. So, if you're into that, that's fun to look at. And then we've got Stitch Crashing Disney with the Little Mermaid set. Finally, it was supposed to be released in April, but finally it's coming on, I guess, Friday, right? On the 14th. And then that's usually 7 in the morning on Shop Disney. 7 in the morning Pacific. And then
I think that one's going to be so popular.
yeah, and he's got the little star on his head. Like, oh, it's just like, oh, it's so cute. It's a fun pattern, and yeah, their best one so far, I think.
I agree.
And then
I
we've got
agree.
Marvel must-haves are still those are still going on. It's 52 weeks of Marvel merchandise, and we've got a few new items for WandaVision.
Very cool. So yeah, as always, lots happening at Laughing Place. I myself am still trying to figure out the mystery of the Darth Vader ears. There were these amazing, like, leather-looking Darth Vader style. Shop Disney had them. They went like that, and then I figured, well, our team will be in the parks. I'll mention it to them, and neither one of them have spotted them at the parks. And the Toydarian announcement, none of that merchandise has popped up yet either. So I'm eager to finally see that merchandise make its way, like, in person. They let us know it's coming. The Shop Disney, like I say, the Darth Vader ears sold out initially, but they had where you could add them to the wish list. I don't know if they're going to return. I know people who are still looking for them. So, I continue to try and follow it. And if I have our team on looking out for it as well. So if they stumble on it, we'll be sure to share it either on the Laughing Place Twitter or at Disney Merch Show. And yeah, I guess that's it for this week, Bekah.
Yeah, full week. Lots of stuff.
We thought last week was big with the May the 4th, but Disney keeps finding a way to have, and then all these collaborations that they've got going on. Because like Roosevelt at 1:00 today dropped two or three new Pizza Planet designs. I went 10 minutes after the drop. All of the little green men were down. That print were down to only mediums available. I went and told the team they're only down to mediums. Went back to put it in my cart. It was gone. Sold out.
Oh.
So 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and all sizes of that were totally sold out. So really, really amazing how fast the Pizza Planet Little Green Men went on Roosevelt's. But I get the impression they're like cake worthy, where they might replenish certain of the designs in a while. Like Cake Worthy was out of the C-3PO and R2-D2 all over print, and it's come back since. So later tonight here on laughingplace.com, we're going to have Jeremiah Good as a guest with Doobie and Gideon. So we're going to learn a little bit more about Jeremiah, I'm guessing, because he's going to be posing questions about Disneyland and Magic Kingdom. So, Toady Betty says, good thing about Roosevelt's, they restocked pretty quickly. Oh, cool. Okay, well, I'm glad to know it was in a few weeks, because it took quite a while until that C-3PO all over print popped back up. So yeah, over at Cakeworthy. So I'm glad to hear Roosevelt's has a bit of a smaller time frame. So tonight at 7:30 Pacific is trivia night here on the Laughing Place YouTube channel. If you enjoyed today's show, please give us a like. It helps other people find us. We're here Tuesdays at 4:00. Thank you, as always, Bekah, for all your hard work here. I know that you do much more than just the merchandise look here at Laughing Place, and I appreciate it as always.
We're kind of a good team like that. Everybody can kind of do a little bit of everything.
Yep, it's a lot of hard work, but a lot of fun, and yes. I'm glad to do it shoulder to shoulder with these crazy people. So that's it for this week. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.